Students at UCT campus hold an open dialogue amid ongoing fees must fall protests. Protesters on Friday had vowed to shut down the university unless their demands are met. The protesting students are demanding fair treatment over disciplinary action against students suspected of arson. Students on Friday gave UCT management a 2-day ultimatum to respond to these demands. The university suspended classes and lectures on Friday after protests blocked a lower campus road. Earlier this month, UCT students formed the Fees Must Fall Commission. They demanded UCT Vice-Chancellor Dr. Max Price suspend all disciplinary action related to the Fees Must Fall protest action. Some students earlier this year were charged with arson and vandalism as a result of violent protests for a no-fee hike at universities.
What is this commission about? Having a political education session from at 2 and at 8 to discuss around Sharkville TRC, what it looks like, what it means, and why we prefer to have a political lens at the activities and the political protests that have happened over the past few months instead of criminalizing and perpetuating the constant stigmas that exist with protest. So now we are screening the documentary that is called Sharkville TRC, which has a multitude of the suspended and expelled and interdicted students speaking on how they feel around being expelled and interdicted as people who have contributed to the discourse of Fees Must Fall and to the discourse of residents' housing crisis back in February.
The Sharkville TRC is a proposal that we have made as students of the University of Cape Town, suspended and interdicted, trying to forge a communication line with the university or to create an alternative platform besides the court cases and the tribunals that we have been participating. Obviously, the model is based on the idea that the UCT university is built on validating the type or the formula of resolution.
5 students against whom an interdict has been granted by the High Court following an application by the university. The interdict, as much as it prevents students from being on campus, makes a stipulation that any of these 5 who would like to access the campus can write to the Vice-Chancellor and apply for a permission to come on campus. And that has been made clear to all the 5 students concerned that whenever they would like to access campus for academic purposes, they are always free to write to the Vice-Chancellor for the granting of this permission.
To be specific, our protests are happening now because we want the students who are interdicted and expelled and suspended to be returned to the institution via a process of a TRC. We're calling it Sharkville TRC because they've been interdicted and expelled since February. So for the past 8 months, there's been no plan happening, and the university has been stalling in terms of starting the process of the TRC. So now this is us putting pressure on them so that students can come back with the relevant amnesties so that they don't just come back and then get excluded because they're behind academically. Our plans going forward is consolidation of the worker and student alliance towards continuing the shutdown and continuing the pressure on management.